Alright, welcome back. This is M-Dog and we are here in FP doing some deep sea fishing off the coast of Japan. Today we're going to be featuring the Echo Sounder Tuna Trolling Test mission, where we will be attempting to catch 3 different species of tuna. So this should be a blast. I'm actually really looking forward to it, and I'm also really looking forward to these rewards. Now, one thing I wanted to do is a little bonus content here. Before we travel back, I have placed some new line on our main setup here, and I did a little math and I figured I can get a whole extra spool's worth out of this if I do 300 meters of line instead of the 345, which was max, or 340 something. So you'll see over here I have this right here. Nope, not that one. This one right here, 1855 meters left of line. So I just got the calculator out and figured, okay, if we do 300 meters, we'll get additional spools use out of it. And for the fish that I've been catching so far, 300 meters should be enough. Now, if that changes, then we'll change. But I've also replaced the leader with one that's almost 100%. It's 97%. We'll start with that for now. I'm not as concerned about leaders. We seem to have a lot of leaders from the DLC packs, but line, I'm a little bit more concerned about as we move forward, and just depending on how much fishing we do. So currently the rod is fixed up to 100%. Now the reel is at 73%. So if we can, let's put this in our backpack and let's go ahead and repair this. A lot of people were asking how much does it cost to repair this gear. I don't know, it's different stuff, but just for an example, this is costing $14,637. So now we can reapply this. We can go find our 300 line. We're going to do 100% of that because it's 300 meters. We can then find the fluorocarbon that we were using. The leader should be this one, 97%. And then, you know, whatever we end up deciding to run on this, which it honestly will probably be a plug. I'll just put that on there for now. So we've got this set up, kind of renewed, refreshed. Just wanted to give you an idea of what this looks like, the sort of the thoughts that I'm having about doing this. You know, we're making so much money. We're at 1.5 million right now, and doing repairs and stuff, yeah, we use up some of that profit, but we still got a ton of profit. So anyway, all right, I will see you back on the seas of Japan, and we'll start trolling for some tuna. Alright, I have talked about this area before, but we're gonna start here just because this is one of the early spots I identified that's pretty good for tuna, and then we'll kind of just move our way this way and just see if we can find some good spots. So let's get out our freshly repaired line. I think on this one I actually will start off with plugs. I'm hoping it won't be too slow on plugs. And we don't need to have the largest plug. We can have a like 115. Oh, and actually I do want to put the squid chain. So let's do, we'll start off with squid chain, the 15s and the pink. And then we'll go back to the 115 here. We'll just try this first. And then of course we'll do the trolling squid or whatnot on the other one. I think 50 centimeters is a good place to start there. Okay, now let's get our secondary setup out, which I have not repaired any of this. I haven't had it as long, haven't used it as much. So, all right, let's see here. We want, let's go with a 50. It doesn't really matter what size we catch, although we would love to have, and we'll do the blue ones on this one. We would love to have, you know, a decent rate of catching tuna species. So I'm trying to set these up, both of these, with a relatively good chance of catching tuna. So we'll put them both. Actually, this is a good example. So things that I am thinking, now I don't know if this is correct, but things that I'm thinking is that some factors that might impact how high or low our presentations sit in the water, and therefore entice fish who are feeding at different layers of the water. Factors that could come into play are things like how heavy the lures we're using are, or the presentations we're using, and also how fast we're moving, how fast the boat's moving. I think both of those could have an effect, and theoretically could impact how we're doing on fishing here. All right, so we're going to turn towards where I see these fish are up here. Looks like they're north of us, and since that's the case, we're going to speed up a little bit while the turn happens. And yeah, it looks like there's some fish just north of us right now. So we want to go kind of get in this line of fish and maybe move east once we get pretty close to them. So we're going to go down to 4% speed. Now with tuna, I mean, sometimes it can take a little bit to find them, but I'm going to keep you with me a little while here, at least for a few minutes, while we try to find them. And then at some point I'll start pausing and just kind of update you as we catch things. Alright, so now I'm going to head us back to the east, which I think I will speed up a little bit. Again, I'm always mindful of when we're doing this sharp of a turn. Oh yeah, there's some big fish underneath us right here. We're right here on the edge, potentially of some elevation changes. I think this is an interesting place to fish. I don't believe there's anything on our line, but we need to wait till they straighten out a little bit before I slow back down. All right, we'll start coming off the acceleration a little bit. Now we're going to come down to 2% speed. If we can't find something, we're looking for yellowfin. Oh, I think we just got one on both lines, possibly. No, maybe neither one. You know, sometimes they do hit like that. Both had some attention, but I don't think either one of them held the fish. So it's about 20-meter depth right now. Let's pull this. Okay, this is sitting in the, you can see where that one is sitting at this speed. Neither one of them are at the bottom, it looks like, when we're trolling at this percent speed, but the one on the right is certainly sitting a little higher. All right, now we're chilling. And obviously, we want to occasionally pull the lines in, make sure we don't have anything clogging up our rig, and then we also will want to change, if nothing else, at least the colors and maybe sometimes the sizes of what we're using. Still top of some fish. We're going to go even a little bit slower, and we'll speed up again. Yeah, so far I do like this stretch here. Oh, another fish popped off, looks like. I do believe. Let's make sure. Yeah. I'm not far away from wanting to reel these in and make sure that we don't have anything, you know, that we've picked up on the hooks or something. Okay, gonna just speed back up just a little bit. Ooh, big fish right underneath the boat at like 4 meters. Which is where you wonder, would we be better off having it not quite as far back away from the boat? Or have something a little lighter on there? Ooh, that's something, right? I mean, if it was on there for that long, okay. appears as though it's not anything, so I am going to just reel it in to make sure it's clear. Okay, it is clear. Go back to rolling speed here. Not going to change anything just yet. Alright, a little closer to the boat this time. And how are we looking on fish? Yeah, we're still looking okay. Alright, let's do the same with this line, and let's change what color. Ooh. Wait. Yeah. Okay, first fish on. Okay, that was a skipjack. Take a skipjack, small little skipjack, no worries. That's all we need is... Doesn't have to be a certain size, we just got to catch some of these tuna. Do we want to change anything now that we caught a skipjack on this setup? Maybe we want to put on blue and... This the 115? Yeah, let's switch to the darker plug. The only thing I'm thinking. And we'll keep it at about 30 for now. Alright, we were in the process of pulling this one in just to make sure it's clear and clutter free. I was also going to switch the color of the squid lure we're using. This is what, a 57 gram? We'll stay with 57 for right now, but let's go with the one that's got more of the black and the pink on there. Alright. We're gonna keep going just kind of east to northeast of here. And I will keep you updated. I'll let you know as soon as we have another fish on. Alright, I think we're on to something here on our top line here. Let's see with the plug. Yes, we are. So the plug is now actually gone 2 for 2. Let's see what we've got. Another small fish. Now it could be another tuna, but it's going to be a small one. Okay, another skipjack. Yeah, another skipjack. So that, you know, I would tend to think maybe that has more to do with the location that we're fishing more than anything else. But I'm actually going to put a smaller plug on here just to see if anything changes. I doubt that will change anything, but we'll try it. We've gotten a couple skipjacks in a row. Neither one of them particularly big, but we still are trolling in a spot where it seems like there are fish below us. So the question is only, what type of fish are they? And let's let this go to about 35. We still have not caught a single thing on this setup. We'll give it a few more minutes and see if it can start performing before we start changing it up even more. And almost immediately, is that another bite, or am I imagining? No, I'm imagining. Alright, let's double check this line. 57 gram already. Pretty small, right? Actually, don't know. I might rather be 66 kilo. Let's just put a straight leader on. And then let's go right back to the trolling octopus. 60, no, what was it, 57? Let's try a 71. Do the bright one in 71. Let's just see. Are we still moving forward? Yeah, we are. We've got a little bit bigger trolling octopus on there. And a little bit smaller plug. Oh, looks like that might be a fish on the plug, right? Oh, it popped off. But maybe we're onto something. This speed and this location. Oh yeah, I was gonna pull out the map just so you kind of see. I mean, we've just continued. We started back here and we've just continued. What I've seen is, and I think this is true, any of these spots where we're having a lot of elevation change, ridges and ups and downs, for whatever reason, that seems to be spots where the tuna hang out. The game gives you that, that piece of advice, I think. And so we're trying to use that to put together a decent place to troll here. Time of day, it's pretty steady throughout the day, but we're in a good spot here between 7 and 8 a.m. Nothing to complain about. Hopefully we will continue to find some fish here. All right, there we go. There we go. Yep, once again, it's the plug. Okay, we've got a real fish on this time. And by real, I just mean it's just going to be a little bit bigger than the last couple. Okay. Just running on us right now, so let's engage our friction brake as high as we can go without causing lots of damage to our stuff. So we put smaller plug on, and then immediately we get hit with actually a larger fish. Not saying causation there, just commenting. And this is going to be a nice little fight, it looks like. For whatever reason, even though they all say that they have the same strength, which is what, 70 kilo, the reel is always the weakest link. Even like currently they're all at 99%, but it's the, ooh, I'm starting to wonder. Okay, we're gonna miss it. Yeah, we're gonna miss it. I just knew that was gonna happen when it ran at us. And see, in those situations, what can you do? I just think sometimes you're going to miss the fish. But what I was starting to wonder, and I still am wondering this, was that a marlin? Was that actually not a tuna at all? Let's see, where are we right now on the map? Yeah, so right over here is where we hooked into that one. Okay, we got a skipjack over here. And skipjack is the one one of the ones we need at least. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little bit more speed than usual. We'll go about 6-7% through this area right now. Let's just see how it goes. All right, unless it bounces off. I think we are actually doing something on the trolling octopus here, yeah. Now, that was trolling at 6% speed, which is way faster than I typically do. I was switching between 6 and 7% there just to see if we could still hook into a fish at a little bit faster speed. Starts to, you know, you start to wonder, like, okay, am I only catching fish at the smaller speed because that's what I'm spending all the time actually using? Okay, it's another skip back. Let's look at something really quick. I feel like we might want to make our way towards oh, Yellowfin and albacore. So two fish I don't have marked, right? That's the skipback. Amberjack. I think these are all the small ones. Yeah. Knobfish, bonito, snapper. Yeah, so we just don't. Now, probably where we're fishing right now, we certainly could catch one. I'm not doubting that. What are these, 71? Go with a big one. We'll say and stay in the same spot a little longer, but it is interesting that we're kind of getting skip back after skip back, and it may be worth trying a little bit larger baits. I'm even gonna go to the larger plug. It might take longer to hook into something, but maybe there's a better chance at that point that it would be either the yellowfin or the albacore. Now again, I know I've caught these. Not like, you know, they've been rare for me or anything. Try 150 gram. But it could take a little while to find the right spot, time, situation, all that. Okay, so we're at 2%, which is pretty slow, but probably the speed I'm used to doing pretty well at. Looks like a fish. Like it's a fish, yeah. It's a small one though. Maybe our third skip back. I did flip around. We're kind of heading back in the direction we came from here. I may eventually head out to a little bit deeper water. As you can see, we're not that far from the island still. Oh, that's a mahi-mahi. Yeah, that's the largest mahi I've caught. So just for fun, let's mark that for now. And I'm not sure about the location we're trolling in, but I'm gonna give it a little bit more time before I start rotating to other spots. I mean, ultimately, we're catching nice fish, you know? That's what we're here to do. We'll get this mission done eventually. Well, okay. A little larger fish here on the 85 gram rolling octopus this time. And it looks like something's at least might have been tinkering with the plug a little bit. Yeah, this will be fascinating to see what fish this is. Oh no, it looks like we've gotten the audio bug. I can't hear all of the in-game sounds right now. This happens quite a bit. I think we do have a fish on that other line, although it'll pop off. I don't know that I even want to set this one down. We know it's a decently sized fish, and it seems to be coming right in now. Could go for another run on us, but I think we've pretty much gotten control of this one here. Yeah, I really think the fish that got away was a marlin. I don't think this other line has a fish on it. I think we're just getting those like ghost bites. Glad we didn't set this one down. Ooh. You might have a little fight in him left still, huh? Cool. I mean, I think the heavier this fish is, the maybe the better chance we have of it being one of the tuna we're after. This is not a mahi-mahi. I am so excited to see what this is. Oh, it's decent size. You see the wave that that fish created as it just moved towards the top? Well, this is as close as he's been, but now he's sort of straight underneath us. Less than 20 meters away. Got in really close there and changed his mind. He's just out there making waves. Making waves. That's amazing. He's back to 40 plus meters away. Didn't really expect that at this point in the fight. Start getting the pulling motion a little more involved. Sometimes that can create too much separation and all of a sudden they can pop off, but at this point I just want to get him in, and this is probably a way to do it. He's not able to go on as long a run because, oh, That's not the fish we were after. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind seeing that at all. We can take as many of those as the game wants to give us. But truly, that's not the fish we're after. Okay. So, actually, let's see where we were. It's amazing we caught a marlin. I guess we did get out here a little ways, huh? Let's see what the fish radar is showing. We might want to... we'll keep going this way for a bit. There's still fish on our radar. I could be wrong, but I think we have one on the left line now. Oh yeah, another nice fish. Now, early on, just about any of the larger fish are going to feel heavy, but see how suddenly it's gone? This happens a lot. This is the difference in the bigger fish, or at least medium to big fish, versus the like just medium to medium small size of these fish. Because he, at first, felt like, oh, this could be a big fish, but then our fisherman isn't grabbing above the reel to like really pull hard, and almost immediately we started to overpower the fish. So this is not a big one, although it could be a regular size albacore or yellowfin tuna, or a small one perhaps. Like, it's possible, I think. This is not like this is a tiny fish. I don't know, that definitely wasn't a yellowfin. I'd say this is probably another skipjack, but let's see. Suddenly he sees the boat and has a little more strength. And he's right here. He's just one mistake away from being in the boat with us. There we go. So that was a yellowfin, my mistake. I did not see the coloration on him, but that is huge. So now we're just missing the albacore. Love to see it. What a pretty fish that was. We're gonna keep exactly the same stuff on here. Keep going and see what else we can hook into right here. Alright, so we then immediately pull in an albacore. It was so small, I didn't think it was going to be a tuna at all, and so I didn't hit recording fast enough, but it was a tuna, and we are now a tuna tyrant. So we get a additional trolling octopus, it looks like. But for the mission we're working on, the Echo Sounder tuna trolling test, we now have the fish that we're after. So we can now go turn this in. A couple things though. Let me first show you one more time where I am on the map. Let's just back all the way up. And you know, I had this spot here, which I'm going to go ahead and actually remove this mark, and I'm going to create a mark here for the last fish, and let's just call it albacore and yellow, because we call it, not that either one were trophies or uniques or anything, but we've caught both of those right here. So just to have a spot at minus 1140 and then 3010, just to have a spot on the map, I'm going to do that. We also don't have a fast travel place, you know, anywhere around here. So I think I will also let's think about this. What I want to do here. Let's get this in. I think I'm also going to drop a travel spot somewhere around here that might make a little sense. Because if we want to quickly go start fishing for tuna, I mean, again, at some point, like, I will probably discover or figure out or hear about much better tuna spots. But it's just so fun trolling for these fish, so it'd be nice to be able to just pop out here. So, tuna travel. For now, we're going to call this tuna travel. All right, cool. Very good, very good. Okay, so I've showed you the spot. Let me just refresh what you've seen here. We have been using for a while now the 85 gram purple or pinkish purple and black trolling octopus. And then on the other, we've been using the 150 gram plug, as well as a 15 centimeter blue squid chain. So those are the two we've been using most recently. You can see there's some other ones we were rotating through when we caught some of the other fish you've seen here. But quick 70,000 worth of fish. Barely broke a sweat. The only trophy we had though was the mahi-mahi, which is always nice to see something like that. All right, let's do a quick travel here, because I think all we need is to go turn this mission in. Okay. So we're to return to the port administrator, and then it says we're supposed to find the fish finder 360 in the warehouse, so we kind of know where that is. Well done. Now head to the warehouse, get the fish finder 360 to calibrate it, and that, just like the last time we got equipment, I assume will be in this sort of room with the open door, almost like a garage door on the end, I think is what it was, but let's see. Right around the corner here. Yeah, it looks like it's in the same exact spot, which is nice. All right, fish finder 360. Okay, we now have that, and it looks like we are claiming this. I'm so excited to use these 12-0 Trophy Fabulous Hook Point hooks whenever we're fishing with baits that allow for those, and this sinker too. That's awesome. Very cool. Okay, so I guess the next mission, and again we're finishing this one, but the next one we work on will be small catch focusing. This is using the fish finder. Get ready to calibrate the special fish finder by catching fish that weigh no more than 5 kilo. Wow. This is necessary for improving the sensitivity. Completing this and subsequent missions will reward you with a top-tier Fish Finder 360 on both the tablet and the rental boat. Wow. So we will track that. You know, people keep asking me, how do you see the contours and the different things displayed? And I haven't been paying attention. Do we have more available on our tablet because of the missions we've been completing? I mean, we do have these where you can turn, like, you know, travel buoys on and off, markers on and off. Does it say what it is? This is would be other people, I'm assuming. That's where we are. That's travel points. So I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. But just to refresh, we are doing this series of missions called Maintenance Adventures. And it's just a chain of quests. The last one that we just completed is called Tuna Trolling Test. So next time we will work on the Fish Finder 360 and catch small catch focusing. These missions are awesome. I mean, it's everything that I hoped these missions would be. I guess in some ways, like, is it taking a little longer than I expected to go through all these missions? Maybe, but this is a huge new map and there's a lot to learn. And the missions are doing a really good job, I think, of teaching us the different ways to engage with the ocean map. So very good job. I like it. All right, see you next time. Tight lines.